Good morning, everyone. This is Leslie Jouflas with Trading Live Online. And thank you, StockCharts, for inviting me back again for another segment of your Daily 5. Actually, today I have your Daily 8. I have a couple of extra charts. Today, we are going to be looking at just going to give a quick update on the indexes because they're moving at different rates on this move back to the upside. So we'll take a quick look at those. It was January 26th that I did a thorough analysis of the indexes. So feel free to go back and look at that segment if you like. But then we're going to look at gold and silver. We're going to use the ETF GLD and SLV for those. And we're also going to look at a couple steel stocks. We're going to look at STLD and US Steel. And we're going to take a quick look at FCX, also Freeport-McMoRan. So let's get started. Okay, now you can see I have a variety of the charts here that I just mentioned. So let's start at the top. And this is the Dow Jones Industrial. I'm going to open this up real quick so we can take a quick look at this. And it's got this reverse ascending triangle. Again, I talked about that on January 26th episode. So the market had this strong move to the downside. And notice that the Fibonacci retracements from the high to the low. Notice that the Dow has gotten right through the 618. I have two of them on, one from this high to low and one from this high to low. And so the Dow Jones is the strongest of the S&P 500 futures. The NASDAQ, and it's currently heading up and challenging these recent highs. Now, if the index is not able to get above this high and turns back to the downside, that might form, and that's only if it does not exceed that previous high, it may form an ABCD buy pattern. So we'll keep an eye on that. But the Dow is in this very large range in this pattern reverse descending triangle. Now the NASDAQ, let's see the NASDAQ in comparison. Notice that the NASDAQ only made it to a 0.50 retracement. The NASDAQ had been in a range previous to the breakout. And on this breakout here, that retracement only got back up there. Now, again, if the NASDAQ does not exceed this high right here where my cursor is and turns back to the downside, then this also may form an ABCD buy pattern. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. However, if it does move to the upside, then you can see here this horizontal lower trend line from that range. The market may come up and test around that trend line area that may act as a resistance area. Now I'm going to look at the SPX today, because I think we can see clearly this was the butterfly sell pattern. Excuse me, that preceded the move to the downside. And then the first retracement up came to the 0.618 from the high to the low. And now we're coming back up again and challenging these highs. The same thing, if the market does not exceed these highs and comes back down, we may see the ABCD buy pattern. However, if it does exceed this high right here, this is right about the 4630-ish area, right here where this pink dashed line is. You can see that the price would be coming back up to the lower part of this trend line that was broken here. This represents the high of the bar on the weekly chart that was this entire length to the downside here. So that would be retesting the lower end of the trend line. And also this may form a little Fibonacci extension pattern to the upside, a 127 pattern. You can see that right here. That's taking the high to low. And it's just multiplying the length of that swing by 1.27 and projecting it to the upside. So this would be an area 4630-ish, 34 to watch. That's using the SPX. Okay, now let's get into some of the charts here, somebody had asked on the comments from January 26th. I do try and read the comments and respond if I see them, to look at gold and silver. So let's look at gold and silver. So gold, this is on a weekly chart of gold, and gold has been in this large range for quite some time, and it's forming a triangle pattern. Now, I had taken the low here from March of 2020, and gold did a retracement to the 618. So this is a important support area right now to be watching for the gold market. And of course, if it breaks this trend line to the downside, this would be an area to be watching to see if it holds the support or continues down. And then, of course, here we have the upside for gold, potential breakout, a couple points higher, right around the 175-ish area. So you can continue to monitor the gold market here based on this pattern. The silver market is similar. It's not quite as strong as gold, but sometimes that's not too unusual for silver. But this is on a weekly chart as well. Silver completed an ABCD buy pattern and has a descending triangle bottom, and that's the lower trend line is horizontal, the upper is descending. So you can watch this pattern here as well for either a break to the upside, you want to see some nice strong bars, or a break to the downside. So that's really it in gold and silver. It's really a matter of just monitoring these coiling types of patterns. Okay, let's look at symbol FCX, and I'm going to start with the monthly chart so we can kind of get a view here where these previous highs were 61.35 here, and just a little bit higher, 63-ish, above 63, 62 on this high back here. Well, we can see that since these lows, an uptrend has occurred. So it's reversed this downtrend, and this uptrend has been consolidating. Now let's scale down to a daily chart where we can get a little bit better look at this. There we go. And we can see that this has been in a long extended sideways range for about a year now. Now, one thing that I noticed on this, I always like to draw in the center line for these types of ranges because you're going to see a lot of price activity around that center area. The center area here, you can see right here where my cursor is, that it's been holding the lows here. When the price came down below the center this time, you can see the MACD came low, made momentum lows. However, the price held those lows, and that looks like a bullish sign to me. Now here, it's heading up towards the upper end of the range. So it's been up here a couple of times. So again, this is a breakout type of a setup where you want to look for a breakout. If it breaks to the upside, nice strong breakout that holds, possibly does a retest, could offer an entry into that. So again, this is in a coiling type of a pattern, and you can monitor that as well. Now, a couple of others that caught my eye was US steel. Let me open this a little bit. So US steel has made some bullish patterns recently. So it's made this big A, B, C, D buy pattern right here, completed, moved up. Now in the C to D leg, so from B and then C to D, it also formed what's called a butterfly buy pattern. So we're just using this swing here, and then a second A, B, C, D forms. So we have multiple patterns within these swings. Now here's some trend lines here that you can watch. Now this might be getting a bit extended. Maybe watch for pullback type of a setup on this, but you can monitor these trend lines as well for a breakout. Okay, let's move on now to our last chart. And the symbol here, STLD. This is also steel and same type of pattern that we just looked at. on US steel. And here's where the little previous high had been. This is where the A, B, C, D had started. And then we have the butterfly buy pattern with that completing at the same point as the larger A, B, C, D. And this has also moved up to the upside. So we may need a bit of a pullback on this. And again, you can use some trend lines across here for a longer term breakout to the upside. But again, like US Steel, this has been in an uptrend, and this has been in a long consolidation pattern. Now with these bullish patterns to the upside, moving below these lows would be bearish, in my opinion. So that's it. That's what I'm watching right now. Thanks for joining me again on your Daily 5. I hope everybody has a great week, and I will talk to you soon on another Daily 5 segment. This is Leslie Jouflas with Trading Live Online.
Hey guys, Dave Keller here with StockCharts.com. Thanks so much for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, and we hope you did, hit the like button right below. Also, we have so much new content every day. Consider subscribing to the channel. Just hit the subscribe button in the video or right below. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Have a fantastic day.